Hey guys, it's Megan here from Grim Planner, and I've got another plan with me. It's been a couple weeks since I've done any kind of filming because I've been sick with just like a head cold. Thankfully nothing too serious, but regardless, I just didn't feel like getting on camera when I was all stuffy. I still feel like I sound a little bit off, but for the most part, I'm at the end of it all. Just like my ears are still plugged, and that's driving me insane. So yeah, kind of a quiet week for me this week just because of that. I had like a pulled muscle or a pinched nerve or a swollen lymph node. I don't know. I had something in my neck that just causes it to be really stiff. And I was just like, it's just the way I slept or whatever. And that any minute now it'll start feeling better. So it really wasn't. And by Friday night, I was like, I'm going to go to urgent care tomorrow morning because I have a doctor's appointment in a couple weeks, but it seemed too far out for me. So I was like, nope, I'm just going to go to urgent care. But my husband got up Saturday morning and ran over to the pharmacy and grabbed like extra strength Bengay. And that has just been like a lifesaver. Like I used it all day yesterday. And that really, like, I was able to like do things like move and get up and just like not feel like I was in like excruciating pain. And then today I put some on this morning, just, I woke up feeling mostly fine, still a bit of stiffness, probably just from having that stiffness. Now it's like on my other side of my neck, just from like favoring one. But I just put it on this morning and I haven't put any more on yet today. And so it's been really nice. So hopefully this next week I'll be back to perfect. I hate being sick. I am not good at being sick. It makes me very angry because it's so rare. So anyway, I've been rambling on about my health issues long enough. This week is the week of December 9th through the 15th. And I've got this Nicole Alexia Designs kit, and I think it's Hello Winter. Everything in here, including the foil that I've used, and you can't really see it, but it's like a vine foil. I thought it went well with like the trees and stuff like that. Overlay, that was from her as well. So far that is all in Nicole Alexia Designs. This is the rest of the kit that I'll be kind of pulling from, and then I have just got loads of stickers to use. It's like a big pile because it's silver foil. I did film a bit of a haul, like starting piece by piece my Black Friday haul. So I have a bunch of these hexagons from Saucy Stickers Co. So I just grabbed the whole bunch out because I didn't know what colors I would want from there. But then I just have a bunch of stuff from Peachy Plans, Miss Moss, Kinzi's Creations, Tassel Planner, which of course isn't open anymore, Paper Blush Bar, Let's Planet, kind of the huge that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in, and this will be switching over to a voiceover starting right about now. So as I was saying, I've been a bit sick, so this was not a terribly exciting week for me. I spent most of the week at home, in bed, or just kind of like putzing around the house. And I did get like some cleaning and decorating done. That's probably the big thing that happened on Monday. I woke up with a pretty nasty headache. Sorry if you're hearing extra noise. I'm like really trying to situate myself here. So yeah, I woke up with a pretty decent headache as part of that stiff neck that I was dealing with. And I'm like super paranoid. So I was like, it's probably meningitis. And a lot of my friends are like, you would have been vaccinated for meningitis. But I went to a community college. I didn't go to like a university or state school or anything like that. So I don't know if I actually had to be vaccinated for meningitis at a community college, since I wasn't living on campus and I wasn't in like super close proximity all the time with other college students. I just have no memory of whether or not I'd actually been vaccinated for meningitis. Anyway, I'm feeling better now, so I'm going with it wasn't meningitis. So here I have like I said, I woke up with a headache. I have a little emoji from Miss Moss Gifts, and then I cut down a bow checklist and down to 3, and then I put a Happy Mail sticker from Let's Plan It because I got quite a bit of Happy Mail that day. Well, I got my Black Friday order from Girl Boss Anna and Saucy Stickers and Cricut Paper Co., which I'll go and I'll be writing about this. Sorry, noise, lots of noise. I cleaned my office, or cleaned like so many times this past week because it's been in this endless work in progress in my office, and it's not complete yet, but I'll get to it at some point. And then I cleaned the living room. Anyway, I cleaned the living room so that I could start pulling out Christmas decorations and getting the house decorated. I figured that was as good a day as any to get started. I got the tree up and everything, but I didn't bother with decorating the tree until this weekend. My husband and I did it together. I just handle all the other decorations. There's a lot of shops in my town that do really cute, they carry really cute Christmas stuff. So every year I try to go get a few things and just add to my Christmas decorations. Even though I'm not big into decorating. Like, I decorate and I'm like, oh, it's pretty, but that's about it. Like, I don't get overly excited about decorating. I really just do it because my Christmas tree, when we decorate it, is a bunch of keychains from the different places that we've been to. So it's like this ever-growing memory of mine and my husband's life together and all the places we've traveled. So I put the tree up so that I can have all those little reminders of the trips. And then I figured I might as well decorate as well. So I do pick up a few things around just town just so I can, when we move, I can be like, yeah, I got this where I used to live. And so, like I said, I go out and collect a few things. And then after decorating, I took a nice long nap, which was super necessary. And then the evening was just binging Scandal and finishing up a puzzle, or working on a puzzle. I don't know if I finished it that day. I slept in late on Tuesday, still just trying to get over the sickness. And it was really funny because my husband, he prepped for getting sick. He's like, just in case. And it's weird because I'm pretty certain I got my cold from my nephew, which was Thanksgiving week. And it's now been like 2 weeks since I've been sick. Yeah, I was sick for about 2 weeks. But it hit me just a few days after Thanksgiving. And it hit my husband like 2.5 weeks after Thanksgiving. Like, I'm certain he got it from me because he knew my nephew was sick and he wasn't hugging him or anything to avoid getting sick in case he has to travel. But I was loving on my nephew, so I did get sick. But it took him a lot longer to get sick than I would have thought he would. So he is currently sick, but he's a better person. He's better at being sick than I am. He's just getting and going and doing. So slept in Tuesday, did some work, and then I made myself a nice large cup of coffee, and I Christmas shopped on Amazon, sitting from my couch, and it was amazing. Like, I'm certain a lot of people can relate. Christmas is a really difficult time for me, like the holidays in general, and it's not like has anything to do, like, I don't have like this terrible family that I'm dreading spending time with. Like, my husband's mother is a pretty awful human being, so we actually don't see her. And that works out well for us, so we've cut that part out. It's just like the expectations of gifts, and there is that expectation no matter what people say. Like, that's not what the meaning of Christmas is, but let's face it, for so many of us, it's just this giant consumerist holiday, and that stresses me out. And it's not really about spending money, it's just like spending the same amount of money on, we have 8 nieces and nephews. So, like, keeping it fair and getting things that they want. Although, realistically, for all of the littles, and there's 5 of them that are under the age of, that are not teenagers, they're like 6 and under. I got them all things off of their gifts, after their like wish list. Like, I shopped away from it and got them some like fun little science-y kit things that they can play with and discover. And actually, like, my oldest niece on my husband's side and my nephew on, one of my nephews on my side, I got them all the exact same gifts because it's just like science stuff, like experiments and whatnot. And then I think I did fairly similarly for the twins and then my youngest niece on my husband's side. I was like, this is so easy. So, excuse me. It's going to make wrapping really easy this year because I don't have to worry about like making sure everything's set differently. But then it gets to the older kids that are all teenagers that it's like, I have no idea what to get you. I mean, their moms send me the 3 oldest are my brother and sister-in-laws. And she sends me wish lists for all of them, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to get them this stuff. Like, this just doesn't seem all that interesting. But for the most part, I shopped off of it. Especially for my oldest niece, she is very into reading, which makes things very easy. So, and I turned her on to Sarah Dessen. If you have ever read Sarah Dessen, if you are a fan of her like I am, comment below and let me know, because I have been reading Sarah Dessen since I was like a late teenager, and here I am in my 30s, and I still read Sarah Dessen. I love, love, love her stories. They're just such good, like, they're wholesome, and it's not like that matters to me. It's just, I like her stories of young girls who are usually overcoming something, and they're persevering, and they're learning so much about themselves as they, go through their teenage years, into adulthood kind of stuff. And I'm way behind now, so then I'll digress from all that. Clean the kitchen, listen to the newest episode of Detective Trapp, which was actually the last episode. I didn't know that Detective Trapp was like an actual person. I thought this was like a little like fiction podcast because it sounds a lot like it. But nope, she's a real person. So that is why it's not a very long podcast because they got through her story. I should have known because, like, with Wondery and LA Times, like, they did Dr. Death. I think it was LA Times and Wondery. I know it was Wondery, but they did Dr. Death, and that was, like, a 6-part series, but that's it. So I bought all those stickers that now I don't need, but whatever. And then I got the base laid for this week. Wednesday was just a really day. On Tuesday, I did not go to Pull. I usually have Pull Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I have not been to Pull since the week of Thanksgiving because I've been so sick. And I would have been willing to go to Pull this week with still just like the lingering effects of my cold. But with the stiff neck, I just didn't want to take any chances of like injuring it any further. So I decided to not go to class again this week. I'm using these little hexagons, as you're probably seeing these, from Saucy Stickers. That is going to be in my Black Friday haul, so I'm very excited for that. So Wednesday I was like, there are several things I need to get done. So I did I'm in a true crime book club on Facebook. Like, that's where we just decide on our books. So I posted the poll for our next meeting, and then that will be in January. It looks like we are going to be reading The Road to Jonestown or The Path to Jonestown or something like that. I can't remember quite exactly the name of it, which, to be honest, I'm a little nervous about reading. Like, I don't know a lot about Jonestown, so just like that he was like this cult. It was like a cult, and he convinced everybody to kill themselves, but still, I'm a little nervous about that. And then I'll just run through that really quickly for the rest of Wednesday. I did listen to Who Killed These Girls. I've officially given up on that book on Audible. I can't. It's just not that interesting to me. And then I took a nap. I decided to start watching The Great British Baking Show on Netflix, and I'm officially hooked. let me tell you, like British, I don't know if it's like this with all British reality contest type shows, but I just like that you see them and it's like, it's not this constant rush of time. Like sometimes they're just sitting there sipping tea or coffee and waiting for their cakes to bake. And I'm like, I just like how much more realistic it feels than other like US style competition shows. And then I did a face mask and it was an early to bed for me on Wednesday night because I was just trying to get over this. Thursdays, of course, are a new MFM podcast. I usually wouldn't use such a massive sticker, but I needed to fill space in this since it was just kind of an off week for me. I did run to the grocery store. I made a note. I'm like, I just did like a quick run to the grocery store, but for the life of me, I can't remember what I bought. Like, we had jambalaya and teriyaki meatballs this current week that I'm planning. But I can't remember what I would have gone to the grocery store for. But I did. And then I was cleaning my office, started filming my Black Friday haul. Since things are kind of coming in a lot slower than I thought they might, I am like gonna just film them bit by bit as they come in and then just mash it all together. It's probably not gonna be the prettiest video, but we'll see what happens, just so that way I can start putting that stuff away, because cleaning and organizing my stickers is one of my favorite things in the world. It's just so soothing for me. So I'm like, I need to start getting these just hauled so I can start putting them away. And then I spent the evening just watching Scandal for a bit. And then I'm doing this, I'm a beta tester for this Facebook group that is called Align with Nature. There is a life coach that is in a Facebook group that I'm in, another Facebook group that I'm in, and she asked if I would be interested in beta testing this, which is a 6-week session of going over like the different elements. So this was our first week of it. I was trying to find like a sticker. I need more like deco type stickers, because I'm like, I need something that is just like earthy, and thankfully I found, it's a fairly large sticker, but I found this, I think it's jellyfish stickers, that had this eucalyptus, so I threw that on there. I think it's eucalyptus, because I wanted something that like went with the fact that this week 1 session was based on earth, the earth element. So that was like a Facebook live video that I watched with my life coach, and we were focusing on grounding and plants and all that kind of stuff, and part of it's like, making that connection with nature again, but it's hard. She's like, stand out in your grass or in the lawn. I'm like, it is frozen here, so I don't want to stand outside barefoot. But we have a lot of plants. I'm an earth sign, and I don't know if this actually has anything to do with it, but like, I don't really feel like an earth sign. My husband is also an earth sign, and it just shows to me how much, because he loves plants, and we have like so many plants in our house. So one of the things is like, talk to your plants, and I'm like, okay, I can talk to the plants that my husband has. I mean, he's so excited. He just today got in a new pot and repotted his spider plant. So I try to keep real plants in my office, and my cat eats them. So he's just the worst. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of that goes. And as I move further along with the elements and whatnot. On Friday was my 5-year wedding anniversary, so I'm using this like little queen sticker from Let's Planet. And so yep, 5-year wedding anniversary. And my mom had called, and she was like, what are you doing for your anniversary? I'm like, oh, well, I've got to pick up a friend from the airport, and then the 3 of us are just going to go to the Cheesecake Factory. And she just laughed at me. She's like, really, the Cheesecake Factory? And I was like, 1, I've never been there, and 2, it's like, we tend to do stuff for our anniversary. Like, we don't tend to give gifts and stuff for Christmas or anniversaries, because we're like almost always taking a big vacation. And usually that just counts. So like this year we went to Europe. Last year we did a cross-country road trip to California. Those are our gifts. That's just, we like those experiences. Although I did wake up to a card, an ornament, because 5 years is the wood anniversary. So he got me a little wooden snowflake that he had hung up on the tree. It says 2019. And then he got me, it's like a wooden box for the game Battleship. So I'm like, it's interesting that for our 5-year anniversary, you got me a game where we have to go to war with each other. He's like, that's what marriage is. And then I also got the news that I was asked to be part of the Peachy Plans PR team. Thank you so much, Allie, for giving me this opportunity. I am so excited. I love Peachy Plans stickers. She does some really good stuff. And she's just always so open to like suggestions and stuff like that. So I think that's a really awesome thing, as she's getting her shop off the ground. So that was really exciting. Friday was a good day. And, I did some laundry that day, and then I picked up our friend from the airport. We stopped at the mall where the Cheesecake Factory is, but the Cheesecake Factory had like a 2.5 hour wait, of course, because it's still new, and it was a Friday. So we were like, we'll go somewhere else. But in the meantime, I'm like, since I'm at the mall, I need to stop at Lush and get some soaps and stuff like that. I love their stuff. I love their sandstone. I use that for exfoliating, and then their sexy peel soap. I love citrus scents, and then I got like a citrusy, I think it's called the Mimosa. It's like a solid, like body bar for like a oil kind of thing. So you just apply it in the shower, and it just like leaves your skin really soft, and it's just a moisturizer, basically, a solid moisturizer. And then we went to Red Robin. I don't tend to eat at a lot of chains. Like I was going to go to Cheesecake Factory because I'd never been. And I'm like looking at their menu and I was like, I'm just going to have 3 courses of cheesecake because I need to try all of these. And I'm like, I would love if they had like a sampler platter. I don't know if they do because we didn't go. But Red Robin was just like across the way from it. And I'm like, let's just go to Red Robin. Like I like their fries and their ranch dressing. It's good enough for me. So it was like a 5-year wedding anniversary, we're going to Red Robin. But again, I never eat at chain restaurants, so it's a treat for myself to eat at a chain restaurant, which seems silly, but there's just those like ones that are just that really bad for you kind of good, and you're like, I don't care, it's comfort food. Saturday, slept in. This is the morning my husband got up, ran to the store, picked up some extra strength Bengay, and got him himself some stuff to prep for when he got sick, which sure as shit he did. The Bengay was actually really working on my neck. It made it feel so much better. So that afternoon, I'm like, I need to get an order, like a cheese plate ordered for our family Christmas party that's coming up. So we went down to the cheese shop and put together our order and sampled some stuff, and so that was like just quick in and out. And we came home and we got the tree decorated since we were both up and moving and feeling up to it. So we decorated the Christmas tree, which is fun because my husband, every time he grabs one, do you remember when we were in San Francisco? Do you remember when we were living in Wisconsin? Do you remember when we were in Sweden? So it's fun. And then after that, what do? Then I was in my office continuing to clean and work and organize it. I now have 2 desks in my office. One is a working / where I get ready, like my vanity of sorts, and then my other desk is my planning and filming desk. I think it's going to keep my office so much cleaner and my desk so much neater. So, and then I watched Runaways for a bit, and then I put on a Christmas Prince. I have seen it, but I want to like rewatch the Christmas Prince series before I watch the new one. I haven't watched the new one yet. Saturday morning, it was coffee and Tanis. I signed up for Stitcher Premium just so I could listen to the new season of Tanis, and I think I'm going to keep Stitcher Premium for now. And it's annoying because there's so many of these different ones, and so many people are on so many different ones, because I was listening to the Bright sessions on like the Apple Podcasts, and then they came out with a new one, the AM Archives, but it was only on Luminary. So I'd signed up and I was paying for Luminary, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then my card was hacked, so I had to get a new card, and I just never updated my pay information. And so I think similar to the annoyance that now there's all these different streaming services, Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu and Amazon Prime and HBO, and even like your other like, ABC or CBS, they all have their own kind of streaming. It's the same thing with podcasts. And I'm like, I don't mind paying for like one podcast service if I have to. But I'm not happy that it's like, oh, but if I want to listen to this totally other one. And then there's like Spotify, which I haven't used Spotify in years, and I only used it to listen to music until Apple Music had their own streaming service. So I don't know what I'm going to do. My Favorite Murder, I think, just signed up for like some super lucrative deal, I think with Spotify. So I don't know if they're going to go behind a paywall. I would be surprised, but we'll find out. Yeah, anyway, I digress from that. So again, Sunday morning, coffee and tennis. And then I spent some time organizing and cleaning up my planning desk, and then organizing my stickers. Like I said, I love organizing stickers. It's just so much fun to me. And in the meantime, I was binging The Great British Baking Show. And then in the evening, I was working in my 2020 planner, getting it set up, which in the middle of it, I was like, oh, I really wish I had some washi that goes with this. I don't use washi. I just don't. And yet I'm now like, oh, I need washi for this. So I ordered some Simply Gilded, which I never thought I would do because I'm like, I just don't need it. And yet, here I found myself ordering Simply Gilded washi because I was looking for very specific colors. And when I do my 2020 setup, you'll see it. And then, yeah, filmed this plan with me. And it was last night. I was waiting for my new lamps to come in, and they didn't come in on time. So, yeah. And then I did this earlier in the day, but I did some work earlier, but I forgot about it until the end of the day. So I just put the sticker for the end. So yeah, that was my week. Fairly unexceptional of a week. Hopefully this week will be better. I do have a lot more stuff planned this week. Plus Christmas parties coming up, and Christmas is next week. So I'm waiting to see when this goes back to live. I think that should be about it. All right, guys, so that is it for the week. This was a hard week just to fill in because it was just such a week for me. I do need to, of course, fill in my happy moments, which are few and far between this week. And I'm doing away with this in the new year, so I'm just keeping it up through the end of the year, but then I've got different plans for my sidebar for 2020. I would say on Monday would be all the happy mail. Started receiving some of my Black Friday stuff, which I'd already received a couple things, so that was super exciting. And then I received a bit more. It's just hard because I bought from so many different shops, and I wanted to be able to do two and do half the shops in a part one and half the shops in a part two, but I don't know if that is really going to work because I've only received a quarter of the shop so far, and we're already headed into the third week of December, so we'll see what happens. Tuesday, I started and finished my Christmas shopping all online. Face mask, I guess, for Wednesday. What did I do Thursday? Oh, I had my first Align with Nature session. Friday was a good day with my anniversary. Saturday might have been the cheese shop. Something small, but... And then today was just a big planner day, and I like days like that where I can just sit and have fun with my planner and just do stuff. Prepping the 2020 planner and whatnot. And this lighting is awful. I ordered 2 lights coming in. They were supposed to arrive today. This is being recorded so late because I was hoping it would be in, and then I got a notification at like 7 that it wasn't going to be in until tomorrow, Tuesday at the latest, which is like, come on, guys. This is a smaller desk, which is proving itself to me by how much sticker clutter there is, but it's also because I don't have the right lamps yet, so that will make a big difference. I'm surprised you can't see the base of my stand for my phone, because usually that, like on my other one, you would see that all the time. So it is past my bedtime, so I need to just cut this now. I will hopefully have a part 1 Black Friday haul up for you guys shortly. I do have some plans to get to show you guys my 2020 planner setup. That might not happen yet for another week or 2. I hope all of you have a wonderful week. It's the week before Christmas that this is going up. I hope you are all ready for the holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Yule or what have you. Like, happy holidays, guys. I will talk to you all again soon. Bye.